Is there anything good this week? This is where we... And then again, like, I say that, it doesn't fucking matter. I have so much shit. Oh yeah, this week's Rune Factory. Kraken Academy. No, whatever. Rune Factory is awesome. Do you know anything about Rune Factory?
Nothing other than what we've discussed in the past on the podcast.
Yeah, I love this game. So basically, it has same-sex marriages now. Great. I can be the lesbian of my dreams. So it's a mix of like farming simulator plus RPG and dating sim, which I guess most farming simulators kind of have that nowadays, I guess.
Do they?
Yeah, like the Stardew Valley type shit.
I can't say I've played that either, so...
I haven't really played that either. That's not the part of the game I like. It's the role-playing game. I can't say I dislike it. I just don't really, like... If game's only about that, like the Animal Crossing stuff, you're gonna miss me. Eventually, I'm just gonna put it down.
Yeah, I'll play it for, like, 3 days, maybe.
Exactly.
Never touching it.
Yep. Kind of like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, well, that was completely off of personal experience.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this was fun. All right, bored now. I'm gonna do my own thing. So yeah, this decides that you should change up your pace with your farming and all the other stuff that you have to do, like blacksmithing, and there's stuff that you can do with that. With RPG elements, and honestly, it works well. It's like, alright, time to craft some weapons. Alright, I can do that. I can do some farming. I want to go take this person out on a date. Alright, cool, I can do that. Alright, back to the RPG stuff. It's a good blend. It's worth a shot, even if you don't like the normal type farming type games, as long as you like RPGs. And it's on the Switch, so it's mobile.
Alright.
Why does the Ascent sound familiar?
It came out last year on Xbox.
Ah. Yeah. I don't know nothing about that, though. And then more Blue. Ghostwire Tokyo? Oh, that's already coming out? I remember the trailer from, like, forever ago.
Yeah,
And then I didn't see anything else on it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a ton of promotional, like, ads and stuff on it here
Have you?
recently. So I haven't... Like, it's more like, you know, Facebook ads and stuff like that. Twitter ads where you have to actually physically click on them, which I have not done. But I have seen them. They are there.
They exist. Oh, I got an 8. So I guess that's cool. Kirby! Is this the one in the Direct? The one where he becomes a car? Or mouthful mode or whatever the hell they, like, yeah. Fucking horrifying.
The article is great, though. Go back and read the title of the article.
How would Grant...
That's just fantastic.
Alright, now I want to look like...
Yeah, where's the... I want to see the...
Did I get baited here? Oh, no, yeah. No, there's two, right? Okay, cool. So we go from the first one. This sucks for anybody who's audio listening on the podcast. Go to YouTube.
It's just him as paint.
It is! They just painted the top of it pink and slapped on some eyes.
No, come back to that one. The eyes should be... No. The regular car of that one. No. The one you just did, the last one.
Oh, okay.
Go back to the regular car. Yeah, the eyes should be wider. They should be over
right there. Yeah, it should really follow the headlights, right? Like, that kind of makes the most sense, in my opinion, but... Oh man.
Yeah, they definitely missed that one too.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to color over the headlights on that one.
Nope. God. That is horrifying. Game Informer, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, like who like greenlit that article? Like, you know what? Somebody goes like, "What if Kirby ate Gran Turismo 7 cars?" It's like, perfect. Write the article. All right, I need a graphic designer. You don't have one. It's like,
You have paint.
no, yeah, it's
This
like you
isn't
don't
even
have.
like
I expect it on my desk in 3 hours.
like not to be rude because I've seen people who can use paint. Like this isn't even someone who did paint well.
Yeah, this is literally something they slapped together in less than 3 minutes.
Someone did the pink tool brush and copied and pasted the eyes and the cheek and the old made an oval for the cheek blush and that was it. Oh, it's some transform tool and yeah. Oh my god. I'm so disappointed. Also, Tiny Tina's
Yep.
coming out on
I've heard
Friday.
that, like some of the reviews on it was that it doesn't do enough D&D. It's still too much Borderlands.
Borderlands. That's a shame because the D&D part of that was actually really good.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I've got way too much going on or to still to play to
Yeah,
worry about that now.
I agree.
That might be a pickup on like summer sale or something.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, it's also gonna have cross-platform too.
Yeah, I did see that.
So that's pretty cool. So that means if I wanted to pick it up on PC, which I'm not going to, I could. Man, look at that. 4 content drops too. Already 4 passes for Tiny Tina's.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, DLC would work very well for that game, and the fact that it could just be like one shots
Yeah,
off of your main campaign.
sure. They're also doing character different classes too, it seemed like, based off that comment. Someone on the
Yeah.
bottom of that was like, looks like they'll be adding new classes post launch.
Oh, I hadn't seen anything about new classes post launch. I do know that this game adds melee weapons, which is a first for Borderlands.
Unless you were, what, 0, and you had a sword with your
Yeah.
alt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is interesting. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm right there with you, man. There's so much other shit to play. I'm finally done with Yakuza 5, though.
Nice.
I moved on to Borderlands.
Borderlands.
Or Borderlands, Bloodborne.
Nice. I'm still toiling away on Elden Ring.
I figured that's what you were doing on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday I didn't feel very well.
Oh,
so
sorry
it was
about that.
more of the I'm just gonna sit here and just play by myself type day.
No, I hear you. That's why I didn't kind of like push. I was like, alright, I got a Yakuza 5. It looks like Kevin's not doing anything. And I can just grind this out. And I was like, but if he jumps on, like, or starts a party, you know, I'll join in. But I get you. How is progress going in Elden Ring?
I'm at the end. If I wanted to beat it, I could. Like I think I've gotten right to the last boss area.
I gotcha.
But I think I still have 3 shard bearers I haven't killed yet.
Whew.
So going back and picking those up. Um, but I mean, I'm super OP right now. I'm level 142
Jesus.
or something. I've already maxed out intelligence, which is the main stat on my build, and I've about maxed out
Soft cap
vigor.
or hard cap?
Soft cap.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. My build is really strong against bosses, so I really won't have a problem with any of them, I don't think, because I know the last two shard bearers I've faced, I've one-shot.
Nice.
Though, to be fair, one of the ones that's left is Melania, which I think most people consider the hardest boss in the game, so I haven't done her yet.
Uh-oh.
But we shall see. I mean, Mimic Tier makes everything easy mode to start with. Even with the nerf, it's still strong.
Did it get a nerf?
Yeah, it got a damage nerf. And pre this past patch, you could literally call Mimic Tier and then just run around. Yeah. And it would solo every boss in the game.
It doesn't matter. It's still very strong to have an AI.
Yeah.
Just do the thing. I noticed that too in Bloodborne. I've been playing an offline mode, but there's still some times where you can just call in like an NPC, and just having somebody else tank, and I'm just like charging my R2, like, all right, I'm gonna smash you.
Yeah, that's really what I use the Mimic Tier for, is let it grab aggro and then I get behind it and just wail away.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, Elden Ring even has the NPC summons as well. So on some of those fights, I can have the Mimic Tier and an NPC, and it's
not to mention if what. Oh no, Mimic Tier takes the spot of any other summons though, right? Like animals or gotcha.
It's an animal summon.
Yeah.
So
that's still gross. Mimic Tier plus random companion plus me.
Yeah, and especially considering my build is built completely off of using my weapon ability, which is the L2R2.
Yep.
Which uses MP, or FP, whatever they call it. And so I have to pop potions mid-fights, usually. Mimic Tier has unlimited FP. It can just spam that.
Does it just sit there and spam that ability?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons it was super OP, is especially pre-patch when you had the laser build. You could call Mimic him with a laser as well. It was just,
dude,
I mean, no MP, so it would just cast it over and over.
That sounds gross.
It's not doing as much damage as you are because you have other buffs and things like that you can apply, but no, my Mimic Tier does the same damage I do because it gets all of the same stuff. I'm not buffing myself.
Yeah. That's gross.
Mine is all straight from my gear. So yeah, it's pretty strong.
That sounds great. Honestly, I can't wait until I play Elden Ring. It's gonna be a bit though.
Yeah. I will say though, my build is not great at crowd control.
Yeah, the more people.
If I get more than like 2 things on me, I'm usually gonna die. Because the way my build works really well is that you go in and hit something, and then you back up and let it come to you, and then you hit it again as it's coming to you.
Yeah.
Out in the world, like in the open world, you do that, you 9 times out of 10 you back into something else.
Yeah. And then that other thing starts, and then here we go.
Yeah, and you can't call Mimic Tier out in the real world. You can only call it in boss fights.
Yeah.
So it does struggle there. And yeah, on Saturday I actually tried another build because when I got to the snowfields area, this build was struggling in the open world. And so I tried the Rivers of Blood build, which is You watch other people use it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I tried using it, and I do not have the skill level they do.
And that'll come with, more time though, right?
Maybe, if I ever decided to go back to it. I played around with it for a few hours and then went back to the Moonbell. I was like, I know how this works. Sure, it's not that strong out in the open world, but I'm already overpowered, so I don't even need to kill this stuff. I'll just run by it.
So you just ran. Hey, yep. It's an option. Oh, man. That's just hilarious. It's amazing, though, man. Like, I've always enjoyed watching all of From Software's games and, stuff like that. I've always enjoyed watching other people play it. And then, I didn't like playing it myself. And it's funny, though, is as simple as something as having Adderall can change that. So late diagnosis in ADD for me. So I then took till 35. Now I'm playing these games, and sure, I'm not an expert in navigation still, but I know where I am. Like, you've played games with me before where like
Well,
you'd
yeah,
be like, it's right here, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Even with Final Fantasy last week we were playing, I was like, we've already cleared everything, let's go. And you're just like looking down a path. It's like, have we went that way?
Yeah, and you're like, yes. So you can imagine my struggle, my first time with Bloodborne, especially Bloodborne is like this weird maze of just.
Yeah. And it's real bad if you miss shortcuts.
Yes. Because now you're just fucking trying to go the long way everywhere, which leads you to more getting trapped.
Yeah, and it's like you're going to this boss fight, and you're like, man, I gotta battle through these 20 things to get to this boss that just killed me. And it's like, no, the door's right there.
It's right there behind the whole lamppost, dog. Just drop the ladder. Oh. I will say, though, I did find a cheese for Bloodborne for saving, so.
What do you mean saving?
So basically, how Bloodborne works is there's still an autosave feature, right? So if you get to like the boss room door, quit the game. It'll save you there with all the people dead at the boss room door, and then you upload your save file to the cloud. And let's say the boss kills you, you can just re-download your cloud save file to the console storage, overwrite the last save, and do it again. So it prevents a lot of just going back and forth.
Yeah. So
But
I would argue that does take some of it out of the game.
it does. And there's sometimes where it's not worth the time. I don't have a lot of echoes, so it's literally faster for me to just run back to the boss room.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely good because sometimes I'll find myself with like 120,000 runes and being like, I could do this boss. Because if I didn't know about this, I there's no way I'm going to like that sacrifice 5 level ups because I'm like 52.
Yeah, I was playing yesterday and just trained like 4 bosses in a row. Wasn't even really paying attention. I looked down and I had like 600,000 runes.
I'm gonna use these now. Oh man, but yeah, I've been enjoying Bloodborne a lot. Eventually, if we decide to get back into Final Fantasy, I can't wait to dive deeper into that. But obviously, if you want to finish off Elden Ring, that's cool too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down for Final Fantasy, and I am about done with Elden Ring. I am thinking though that I really have the urge to go back to Code Vein now and finally do those DLCs with a New Game Plus.
Oh, there you go.
Because I know in Code Vein there was a build that I really liked but could never play because I was horrible at dodging.
Yeah, you're a lot better at dodging now.
Yeah, and so like playing Elden Ring, I've run nothing but a dodge build.
Yeah.
So I want to go back and do the New Game Plus and run the dodge build that I had.
Yeah, that actually sounds like it would be really cool. It's funny though. Is speaking of the dodge in the dodge being circle, I understand now your your frustration with Final Fantasy because I can imagine every time I'm trying to dodge and be like Soul Shield, oh god damn it.
Well, I switched my Final Fantasy buttons to be exactly like Elden Ring, so.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry
So when
about
you
that.
asked me what buttons to hit, like you asked me the other day how to cancel spell casting, and I was like circle, and
Yeah,
you hit it, and that uses your soul
Soul
ability,
Shield.
which does
Yeah,
cancel the spell, but
yeah,
it was not how I was canceling the spell. I was dodging.
yeah. Oh man, which is hilarious. Uh, but yep, I like the uh, I like both games. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I will say the Final Fantasy feels different. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like a Souls game. I know it is. It just feels more though like an action adventure RPG that's just slightly harder.
Right.
It, does it? Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that same punishing effect, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, because you're not losing
Yeah, you
levels or
don't
anything.
exactly. There's no penalty for dying besides, well, try again.
Yeah. To be fair, what? Jedi Fallen Order, I think, is more Souls-like than this Final Fantasy game is.
How did you get? How did that one work in terms of death?
You drop all of your experience points you haven't used, and you have to go pick them back up.
Oh yeah, then yeah, exactly like it.
Yeah, but it does, like Final Fantasy, it does have a difficulty slider. So you set it on easy or normal or whatever, and it doesn't play like a Souls game because it is easy. Like,
Yeah.
I think I only died a handful of times the entire time I played it. But from what I heard, if you put it on the highest difficulty, it plays exactly like a Souls game.
Yeah, so apparently you have to beat it on hard too, and then you can get chaos mode.
Yeah, which we need for one of the trophies.
Yep. Yeah. Honestly though, with the list of trophies, it's not really that going to be that hard or time consuming. I feel like,
Yeah.
but yeah. Other than that, so I imagine you just been spamming Elden Ring all day.
I mean, all weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really played anything else this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I beat Yakuza 5, started up Bloodborne. It's funny though, today at work, it's hard for me to play PlayStation games at work if I'm actively working, right? Sometimes like I could do Storybook Brawl, but I made 4K and I don't care anymore until next month. So I don't want to play it. So I actually fired up Lost Ark.
Yeah.
The game made me Guildmaster because you haven't logged on in 10 days.
Not surprised.
I think that's a good system, though. I don't know if Final Fantasy had
It
that.
does. It
It
does.
does,
It's
yeah.
not 10 days. I think it's 30. But yeah.
Yeah,
Because I
because.
think at one point Zach was guild leader in Final Fantasy. And I had to wait for like 2 weeks or something in order to get guild leader back.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. But yeah, so I thought that was cool. Uh, I feel like Logan last logged on 2 days ago though, and I'm just like, and I'm doing the Yorm stuff. I'm finally 600, and just yeah. And I was like, this game's fun, but it's just not. I just came at a horrible time. There's just so much other shit I'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
Like this is a game that if it came out 1 year ago, I'd be so deep in it. Like, yeah, I'd probably be very similar to Logan and them with Black Desert, right? You're doing end game content, at least staying up on that. But I just don't feel like I'm invested enough to care that much.
Yeah, I agree. Which, I mean, is obvious since I haven't been on the 10 days.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it was fun for a free game, so I'm not gonna complain.
No, yeah, we got our hours out out of it, even if it it drops. I think that will, until I want to play Storybook Brawl though. I'll probably just jump on there, just do some small stuff if I have to stay at my work computer.
Yeah.
Until Storybook Brawl fixes its shit. God.
What's wrong now? I still haven't played
It's
since
okay.
like two patches ago or something.
I don't know how to formulate it. There's nothing inherently broken. It's just more of like you can be running a good build and just get crushed and have no idea what you could have done differently. And the answer is you couldn't have done anything differently. And I don't like that, right? Like I like to think, and it's okay if it's every once in a while where that happens. Like, yo, this person high rolled, you lose. But when it's like every game where you're like, oh, I got a really strong comp, I got hat ball early, and here's the thing, and you're like, oh well, you lose. And you're like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen. Or like fifth place finishes to like trees and stuff, or you have a really good tree comp, and you're just like, oh, it just doesn't feel good. So I'm just like, I'm done.
Yeah, well, that was the reason I stopped playing. Is I had like 3 games in a row where I had really good comps and finished. I think it was 8th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh my god. Yep.
So yeah.
Is there anything big in the gaming world now?
Witcher announcement today.
Oh, Witcher, like, new game? Witcher 4 announcement?
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna call it 4. It's a new saga.
We'll use Unreal Engine 5. It's in development. No, don't allow ads. Fuck you. We're kicking off a new saga for the franchise and a new technology partnership with Epic Games. A new saga begins. Storefront. Would star. So this has no word on whether Geralt would star on it.
Yep. I haven't looked at anything on it because I think, as you know, I'm not a huge fan of The Witcher. But
Yeah, neither am I.
it's a huge announcement, I think, today. So
Yeah.
fair bringing up.
Definitely. I mean, this is big enough, especially since after Cyberpunk, I think the studio kind of needs a win, so got to go back to Old Faithful.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and just hope that you don't screw it up like you did Cyberpunk.
Yeah, because if so, we might not be seeing CD Projekt Red for a bit.
Yeah.
I will say though, and if you could get Cyberpunk to work, it was a pretty fun game. Like, I know everyone shits on it, but like, I enjoyed it. I platted it. So.
Yeah, the next gen patch is out now, so I mean it's on my long list of things
To-do list. Yeah. Yeah.
Because yeah, I was holding off until the next gen patch came out, and it came out like what 3 or 4 weeks ago,
yeah.
when everything else hit. It's just like,
yeah. God. Well, yeah. For Witcher fans, I hope it's good and that you enjoy it. I may end up playing it, but probably not.
I probably will not, because as much as I love RPGs, I could never get into that game.
Yep. Nah, I'm right there with you. The combat for me was just like,
it didn't. To me, the problem was it didn't feel like an RPG.
yeah, that's fair.
Because I mean, it's like you're set in this are your combat. This is how. It's like
your choices is like, do you want to fuck this wench or not?
yeah.
The choices aren't like, do you save these people
or not? Or not even that. I'm really big for my RPGs. Is I want character customization. I want to be able to like completely change how they do combat. I don't want to be like constricted or restrained into you can only do combat this way.
Yeah. No, no, I hear you. It feels very constraining.
Yeah,
This
and I
is
mean, sure, every time I play Skyrim, I play Stealth Archer. So yeah, I do combat the same way, but I'm given the choice.
Archer, except in Elden Ring.
Yeah. Just called archery, it's just not good.
Yeah. This is weird. So it's March 21st. Elden Ring is the biggest, best video game of the year so far. Yo, it's been 3 months. Like,
To
don't
be
get me
fair,
wrong.
though, this is, I mean, we are through the first game window, though.
Yeah, but like, we still have the holiday season, dog.
Well, yeah. That's the second game window. Or third if you count the summer window, but there's not usually a lot
There's
during the
usually
summer.
nothing in the summer, but like, the point is like, yeah, there is a lot of time. And don't get me wrong, Elden Ring, I've watched a whole bunch of it. Looks great. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of it. But like, it almost aggravates me when like when it came up on D&D like 2 weeks ago. It's Elden Ring, game of the year. It's like, dog, like, wait,
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say it's game of the year. I will say it sets the bar really high.
Yes, as far as top contender for this year, I'm okay with that. But
Yeah, I mean,
they're
it's gonna be hard for somebody. I mean,
to
some of these,
dethrone it.
yeah,
Yes.
some of these holiday games are really gonna have to knock out of the park.
Yeah, but
But
for all you know, Hogwarts Legacy could be the best game ever fucking made, or Gotham Knights could be everything we wanted in a
yeah, and I mean, you're looking at Gotham Knights is coming from a franchise that has won Game of the Year.
Yep.
A Dark Souls game has never won Game of the Year.
True.
So,
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, didn't it won? They're not from software, but they are a rogue
yeah,
Souls-like.
it is a From Software game. But it also depends on where you're looking at Game of the Year. If you're looking at the Video Game Awards, it didn't win that year.
It didn't? I thought it did.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't. Including Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2019.
Oh, did it?
Oh no, it said it was nominated and won.
Yeah.
Including Game of the Year. Yeah, I won it.
Oh. I looked the other day and I didn't see that. Maybe I just overlooked that. But oh yeah, all the other, I know like every one has been nominated, but normally they don't win.
Game Awards. I'm curious to see what the last couple of years though. Let's see if I agree with the Game Awards.
Well, It Takes Two was this past year.
Yeah, and we didn't play that, but I just want them all. It should be a wiki, right? Alright, I already agree.
Yeah, and Dark Souls 2 was nominated.
Yeah, that's fair.
Didn't.
Hearthstone's cool too, like for that release here. Hearthstone is pretty big. I'm not a huge Blizzard fan anymore, but
you do have to say
Inquisition though was fucking great.
Yeah, and then you look down at the next one, Bloodborne got beat out by The Witcher. You can't really argue against that.
Yeah, you really can't. Even though Metal Gear is supposed to be pretty good too. I do really love Bloodborne though, and I actually, this is one of those though where my personal game of the year would have been Bloodborne, as opposed to like, cause I have this game, and I've never beaten it.
I've never gotten more than like an hour into it.
Yeah. Yeah, Overwatch. I agree with that one too. Its year's release. Breath of the Wild. That's a very tough one. My personal favorite though is P5. The fact that Atlas had a game on there that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
God of War. This is probably the first time where I strongly disagree. Red Dead Redemption 2. It was supposed to be like my personal was Marvel Spider-Man, but besides that, this is like literally heralded as like the best game for a while in Red Dead Redemption 2.
I want to point out that 2016, that was the year Dark Souls 3 came out, so it didn't even get nominated.
Damn. Holy shit. Yep. And then God of War won that one.
So,
and then, in
Sekiro
2019, Sekiro won it.
so
Finally.
that's the only one. Yeah.
And honest,
But
yeah,
yeah, not a. To be honest, it's not as big of a competition as the previous years.
true. The Outer Worlds was really fun, but I still don't even think like I would disagree with that, even though I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
Hades. This was actually, it's funny is like, and I played Last of Us Part 2, and I'm not gonna go into too much details. And the game was okay. Last of Us Part 1 was great. The things that Last of Us Part 2 I didn't like has nothing to do with a lot of the controversial shit. It was mostly I didn't like the story. It's a revenge story that then makes you feel sorry for doing the revenge part, but not in the way that makes sense, right? You know, like the classic revenge story of you go out there, you finally succeed, you kill your whatever who murdered your family, but you still feel empty because your whole life was based off revenge.
Right.
This was like, it made you feel bad for doing it because these people have lives too. Yeah, and then you don't do it. You don't actually, you give up everything that you needed, but when it comes down to it, she then doesn't do the act of actually fulfilling the vengeance, but still loses everyone in her life because she was consumed by the vengeance. So it's just a horrible fucking feeling.
Yeah, I kind of had the same feeling at the end of the first one. Because you did all of this to get there, and then at the end it's like, nah, never mind, let's go back. And it's just like...
Yes, I can understand that thought point. I think the reason why I forgave that is because when you love somebody, you're willing to do stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, and anybody who's been in love can, yep, I've done really dumb shit. However, there's not too many times where I go, I'm gonna set off to kill this person, that I decide to then not...
So how many times have you set off to kill somebody and actually followed through?
I don't think we can talk about that on the recorded. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, there's 3 really great games on here that especially Hades. I loved Hades.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is so good too.
I know, I haven't played it yet, but I know that, like...
I literally would put that in probably my top 5 games of all time.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And I'm a freak. I like the Final Fantasy VII Remake a lot. So I would probably choose all 3 of those before I chose Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, that was a super competitive year.
Yeah.
Because even Animal Crossing up there.
Yeah, and I'm nothing against it, right? It's just not my genre.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a huge game.
It was. Everybody fucking got it. And then this year was just kind of, I don't know.
This is a more of a down year too, but you expect that out of the 2021 because that's your pandemic year.
Yeah.
And everything got pushed back to this year, so once again, I think 2022 is going to be similar to 2020.
Yeah, it's just going to be stacked. Yeah, I won't be surprised if I do see Elden Ring take it home, and I also won't be upset. I don't want you to think that, like, I love watching these people play these games, and now that I'm able to play it, I can't wait to start playing all these games. I think I'm going to do Bloodborne then Neo, because we have both of those with PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably finish my Yakuza series. But, like, I can't wait to go buy, like, Neo 2 and then Sekiro and then Elden Ring. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go further back. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, I have no desire to do Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I mean, they did do the Demon Souls remake, so... you do have that. That is updated to
and that's
standards.
That's where I'm struggling, is like, alright, I'm playing Bloodborne right now, it's really nice, but knowing what we know about video games, it's so hard to go backwards from something, right? So I almost feel like Bloodborne is now my my point, and I play games as close as I can in chronological order, moving forward, not backwards.
Yeah.
um,
We can also get you to get Code Vein, and we can do a co-op run of
Co-op
it.
run? Hell yeah, I'm down.
Because the way it works is it's similar. The rest of them, you summon someone in, but they're brought down to your level. So you could still summon in my OP character, and it would just be, and then I wouldn't have to worry about progressing through the story or anything on my on a separate thing.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. And this one's another one. When Uncharted is now the 5th highest grossing video game movie of all time. What kind of stat is that?
I didn't even know it was out yet.
Actually, neither did I, now that you say that. I just was at the movie theaters, too. I actually went to the movie theaters for the first time this weekend in a very long time. I wanted to go see the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. So it's an anime movie. I don't even remember seeing Uncharted on there, but I wasn't a huge Uncharted fan, so.
That was not either. I briefly played one of them, and I don't know if you have ever played any PlayStation games where when you start playing them and the trophies get bugged, and you just don't get any of the trophies.
Yeah.
That happened to me on my Uncharted playthrough, and I was like, screw it. And just kind of threw it to the side. It's like,
Never
I don't
again.
need this. It also happened on Jack and Dexter.
Oh, that's a shame. I love Jack. That's weird.
My brother's really big into the kind of linear action games like that. So yeah, he does all of those.
Gotcha. Sonic the Hedgehog did 148.9 million?
Well, it probably cost them that much after they had to remake the movie. But it is a surprise that it beat Detective Pikachu, though.
I don't think it... Oh, yeah, it did, by 4 mil. Yeah, that's surprising. Jesus. As a video game person, too, I haven't seen any of these movies. So I don't know what that tells you.
What are the movies?
Detective Pikachu, Sonic the Hedgehog, World of Warcraft, and then Uncharted.
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds, yeah.
Yeah, so, I haven't seen any of them either. But
so what does that say? Right, we're the people playing these games, and we don't go see them in the movie theater.
Well, to be fair, I don't watch movies very much to start with.
Alright, so you're not even, you don't even count then on the...
I'm not their target audience.
Yeah. I will watch movies, yeah. I used to watch them a lot when I was younger, not so much anymore, but... Yeah.
Like, I wanted to see the new Ghostbusters and still haven't seen it, and it's... My brother literally bought it, and it's laying on the TV.
You can watch it at any time.
Yeah.
I still hasn't seen it. Oh, man.
It's literally right there.
That's
usually the only time I go to the movies is when my mom wants to go see something.
Yep. Which something tells me that she's not out there going to see Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
Alright. Tekken Bloodline is the new is Netflix's new animated video game adaptation. I wasn't huge in Tekken, but that's interesting. They did some things with that Arcane, so.
Yeah, Tekken was my fighting game.
Oh, did you like Tekken?
Well, like is a strong word. Fighting games is not my genre at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, growing up, Tekken was the one we had, so.
So that's the one you played.
Yeah. And I do remember. So I would prefer to play fighting games actually in an arcade.
Yes, same.
And so there was one time we went went somewhere and they had an arcade in the campground we were staying at, and they had a Tekken machine in there, and literally beat the game in the arcade thing. So.
Damn. Just sitting there pumping in quarters.
Pretty much. Because those those machines that you can drop quarters in and that knock off other quarters. They're basically a gambling machine, but my grandpa used to love to play those, so he would go in and get quarters and then just give them to us.
Aw, man.
Then we'd go play games with him. But he was smart about it. He would wait until those machines were loaded and then go in and win everything, and then wait until more people came and reloaded it.
Nice. That is pretty smart with that, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't even... Elden Ring's one wholesome feature is bad for you. Bad stuff happens if you get your hugs?
I don't know. Here's my other thing with Elden Ring is there are so many quests, and you know how these games are with quests. They don't tell you that they are quests. I literally think I've only done one quest line. So, who knows?
Oh my god. This comes at a debuff that reduces your total HP by 5%. Don't worry if you already spent hours getting hugged by Fia, as the debuff isn't permanent. To remove it, simply use the item she gives you. Oh. So who cares, man? Give us 5% for some hugs, dog. In real life, love doesn't come free. Shit, Brittany has a lot more than 5% of my max HP. I also want to click on this one real quick. Elden Ring fan celebrates Stranger of Paradise by making Jack in-game.
Okay.
Is this supposed to be him?
I mean, it looks like Jack.
It does, but is it from...
Elden Ring, or is it from Final Fantasy?
And that's the only thing you're giving me?
Maybe the tweet actually has a picture if you click on it.
Right here.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I only know one thing. I want to claim the Elden Ring. I need to. It's like hunger. So, or for listeners that wants to see this tweet that we're looking at, you can go to at NoTittyPunkGF. That's titty with D's and not T's. So yeah. That's fucking amazing. I also love his showable name is No Maiden Tarnished.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is great. Yo, wow, though, you really can make Jack. Is there anything else that you got for the people? Have you been watching any crit roll?
I'm actually behind.
Yeah.
I need to catch up, but
Same.
yeah, normally I watch like when I'm doing games or something that don't take a lot of focus, but
yeah, you can't do that with Elden Ring.
Yeah. So yeah, here lately with Elden Ring, I've just actually put on like other streamers, like
yeah,
speedrunners and stuff like that, no-hit runs.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the no-hit guy that?
The one that was playing with his feet.
Yeah. He's continuing his no feet run.
No feet run or only feet run?
Oh, only feet run. Sorry. Yeah, no hands run. And it's not a no hit run. It's just he's trying to beat the game with his feet.
Yo, it's so unnerving. I know we said this last time, but man, when someone can do something with their feet better than you can with your hands.
Yeah, he actually. So, I was watching the other night, and he was playing with a controller, and he was struggling, or what he considered struggling. To me, it looked like he was doing pretty dang good. Because he still beat the first boss in less tries than I did.
God.
And so I watched, was it last night? Yeah, I think I may have tuned in last night after D&D.
Yeah.
Because, or maybe before D&D. He's English, so yeah, it'd probably been before. He would have been off by after. And he had ordered a pedal system from Amazon. And so he's now playing. He's still got one foot on the controller to move the analog stick, but he's mapped the buttons
to pedals. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So yeah, I mean he's still running his no-hit route, so he's still using it as no-hit practice.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the parts of no-hit stuff is not actually the bosses themselves, it's getting to the bosses.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's the more dangerous part, right?
Yeah. So you've got to actually, first off, plan out what build you're going to run. So then you got to go get all the stuff for your build. And then...
So you're allowed to get stuff for your build first on a no-hit run and then be like, alright.
Oh, well, especially with Elden Ring because there's no pattern.
Yeah.
You can literally do anything in any order.
Oh, I get what you're saying. In terms of, you have to know what you want to run and get those items. You don't pre-get the items before the... Right. I gotcha.
Yeah, so they have to plan that out, and then they're like...
Makes sense.
All right, I need to go to this dungeon to get this artifact, or go here to get this weapon, go here to get these upgrade materials, and speedrunners do the same thing.
Yep, 100%.
But they do it as fast as they can, whereas no-hit runners do it as safe as they can.
Yep. It's funny that you approach the game at two totally different angles.
Yeah, and they a lot of the route is exactly the same. It's just one of them doing it as fast and one of them doing it as cautiously.
Oh, man.
There is one huge difference, though, that I've noticed is no-hit runners, there's a dragon at a fort that the dragon is, I guess, bugged. It's a huge dragon, and you can actually sneak up behind it and just start attacking its tail, and it never turns around.
Nice.
And so you can kill it, and if you pop one of those chicken feet or whatever, you can get 100,000 souls off of it at the start of the game.
Yeah, that's big.
And it's free. So, yeah, no-hit runners do that. Speed runners do not, because it takes
too long. Yep.
It literally takes like 10 minutes to kill this thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's hilarious. I love shit like that.
Yeah. This week has been real interesting, because I was watching last week, which was still basically on launch patch. And, it's had all those broken weapons and everything.
Yep.
And they patched everything last week. And so this week has just been nothing but these people scrambling, trying to figure out a build that works.
Yep. That makes sense. That's hilarious, though. So
yeah, I know the speedrun guy I've been watching last week was running at, his best time was 2 hours and 2 minutes for all remembrances.
For all. Okay.
Yeah, that's beating every boss.
Yeah,
every major boss.
Every major boss.
Because literally you only have to get 2 remembrances to beat the game, I think.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because, I think the record for any percent is, 33 minutes or something like that.
I think I saw a guy at 28 minutes the other day.
Damn.
But yeah, no, he's running all for remembrances, and he was 2 hours and 2 minutes. And today he ran it And to be fair, he got stuck on a boss, but it was 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Jesus. Man, yeah, that was the 3355.
Yeah, that was a week ago. So.
And so yeah, you know that's not.
Yeah, it's hard to tell
I
because
know
no one's
sub
actually.
30 minutes.
There it is down there. Distortion 2, 2859.
That same person up here is too.
Yeah, so he beat his own record.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's hard to keep track of because there's no one actually tracking it right now. Because
Yeah.
I think they're waiting for patches to settle.
Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah. That's crazy to me. So in the God, so is Elden Ring now considered part of the God run for the no hit, or does it take a while for people to be like, all right, yeah?
Well, to be fair, that one guy's the only guy that's ever done a God run, so.
Yeah, that's what no hitting, Demon, Dark.
Yeah, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, and yeah, I think that was all of them.
God run, Souls.
Yeah, the God Run 2 is the one you need to.
Oh,
look
God
for
run
because,
2.
Yeah, because the first one he did before Sekiro came out, so he had to go redo it once Sekiro came out.
So he did redo it though. Like he was like, all right.
Yeah.
That's so. Not only did he do it once, Homeboy did it twice.
Yeah, it took him 2.5 years, I think, to do it the second time.
Oh my God.
He's the guy that's playing with his feet, by the way.
Happy Hob?
Yes.
Dude. After 1 year and 7 months.
Oh.
What do you do first?
I think you have to do it in order.
To another Happy Hob intro.
Or
No
I think
football,
you did them
though?
in order.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You know,
to
no
do it in
football,
order
guys.
anyway.
No
Well,
football,
not
mate.
necessarily, because I know he does a
Ahead in
lot
the
of.
game?
He may do Sekiro first, because you may do the hardest game first. That way, if you do mess it up, you'll have to go back and. So yeah, you may do them hardest to easiest.
Yeah, but imagine fucking. Hey, that looks like he took a hit. And but then again, this is fucking like Dark Souls, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah. He. So, it also may be poison. No hit run is not the same as no HP loss.
Ah.
Um.
That makes sense too, because yeah, if you run into an area you get poisoned, that doesn't count. You didn't get hit.
Yeah, there are people that do no HP loss runs. That's a completely different thing.
God.
I think they're obviously much rarer. But yeah, even to do what he did is just ridiculous. No hit all of them.
No
in
hit.
order.
Yeah. That's insane. And that's why he can play with his feet better than I can play with my hands.
Yeah.
He even sheeshed. I don't blame him. This is the one sheath you're allowed to do. So this was just his Soulsborne. So Dark Souls. Oh, he did. He started with Sekiro. I see it now.
Yeah.
So he went Sekiro, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, or Demon Souls, then he jumped. He went D3, D3, D1, D3, D2. So he finished on 2.
Yeah, so he probably did them in the order of
difficulty.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm right there with you. Like, I'm gonna do the hardest one first.
Yeah, and like speedrunners and stuff, I know do that too, because they'll put the hardest boss first, because if they get caught up on it, they can then just wipe
Reset.
the run and yeah.
Yep. Either way, that's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually never watched anybody do Souls games on Twitch or anything like that, but you know.
You've
like
been
you,
enjoying it now?
I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's like always on. Like I even have it up right now on another tab. I'm not. It's muted, but.
But it's there.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a lot of fun. I don't think I'd ever be good enough to do something like that. The amount of time and dedication, I don't think I would be able to
For real.
do that.
Even to no hit a boss.
Yeah. Actually, I think I have no hit somebody in Bloodborne. Um, it was a really easy boss.
Yeah, I one hit a boss earlier today. Well, he one hit me, but yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But
Yeah. But man, that is just awesome. Those people. All right, is there anything else you want to talk about?
no, I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, same here. Well, I'm gonna go play some video games. I hope everyone enjoys their week, and hopefully we'll catch you next week.
All right, see ya.